I was silent for years. Then I whispered just one thing. Riley talked enough for the both of us. She always had. People think that's why we became friends, because I was quiet and she was loud, and she needed someone who wouldn't try to compete with her energy. But I think deep down, Riley just saw someone who needed a little protecting. I have selective mutism. It's not shyness. It's not nerves. It's like my body hijacks my voice. The words are all there in my head. I just can't get them out when it matters most. At school, teachers gave up on me. They'd stop calling on me after a week, their disappointment thick in the silence. Kids would ask, "Why don't you ever talk?" and then laugh before I could even attempt an answer. Some thought I was rude. Others thought I was dumb. Riley never asked. She just pulled up a chair next to me in 3rd grade and said, "Hi, I'm Riley. You don't have to talk. I'll talk enough for both of us." And she meant it. When I got picked last in gym, she'd say it was because I was secretly a superhero and hiding my powers. When people teased me for not speaking, she'd look them dead in the eye and say, "You're just mad she doesn't waste her words on you." She defended me so naturally it never felt like pity, just protection and friendship. The kind that's loud and warm and unwavering. We shared everything, especially our obsession with Miraculous Ladybug. We'd rewatch episodes 100 times, and she always said I reminded her of Marinette, not because of the confidence or the double life, but because I was braver than I looked. Every time I felt small, she'd whisper, "You're Ladybug. You just don't know it yet." I did know one thing, though. I wanted to say something back, something real, something she'd remember. So for her 15th birthday, I built her something by hand. I didn't tell her. I worked on it at night, after homework, while the world was asleep and I could just be. I modeled it exactly after the show, the red and black jewelry box that held the Miraculous. I studied reference photos, painted the swirls just right, carved each drawer to match the ones that held the powers. But instead of charms inside, I filled them with things from our world. A tiny picture of us from 6th grade, folded into a heart. A handmade mini version of the scarf she gave me when mine was lost. A red paper note that said, "Your powers, loyalty, laughter, and being the best person I know." The final drawer held a ladybug necklace I bought with months of saved allowance, and taped beneath it was a folded note that simply read, "Open with me." That night, I barely slept. My palms were sweaty at the party. I waited until everyone had gone home and it was just us, sitting cross-legged on her floor like we had since forever. I handed her the box in silence. She stared at it, stunned, and whispered, "No way. No way you made this?" Her fingers traced every inch like she couldn't believe it was real. She opened the drawers one by one, tears starting to rim her eyes. Then she got to the necklace, read the note. "Open with me?" she said softly. I nodded. I reached for the necklace, unlatched it, and held it up with shaking hands. My throat felt like it was closing. My stomach twisted. But this time I didn't run. I whispered, barely louder than breath, "Thank you for never rushing me." Riley froze. Her hands covered her mouth. Her eyes went wide, and then filled completely. "You just spoke," she said. Her voice cracked. "You spoke. For me." I nodded again, a small laugh escaping with my tears. She pulled me into a hug so tight it took my breath away. "You're Ladybug," she whispered into my hair. I cried then. Not because I was scared, but because I finally felt free. Riley still talks enough for both of us. But now sometimes I talk too. And when I do, it's always for her.